I'm curious if you can channel on command. Like, or does it just come through like when you're just randomly, or do you have to like create a sacred container for it? Or like, could you open up right now and channel if you wanted to?
I can open up pretty quickly. Like I can channel whenever. Like I channel like every this is like really funny. I don't know if there's any other moms who are like doing this kind of stuff, but I had received the message that I should like bring my daughter into it a little bit. And so at night before she goes to bed, I massage her legs with oil, like one of my body oils, and then I do light language on her before she goes to bed. And so that is the most like on command that I could think of because I not always in the zone to like do that. Like sometimes like she's crying and it's like, and I'm like, okay, like just like let me just like all I have to do is kind of like tune in and then like I kind of can like call them in and then I can just like go and do it.
Do
So
you feel
it's yeah.
do you feel an impact or like a difference in her energy and her body language somatically when you do light language on her?
She loves it. She'll start to smile and like she knows, baby souls are so much closer to that place, right? Where they had like
Mhm.
kind of just left, right? The universal like source connective area, wherever that is. And so she like knows. I'm like, your soul knows. You know that like this is so when she calms down, she'll smile, she'll laugh, and it's really, yeah. And I'm like, I
Wow.
hope this is helping you sleep. And I do a little energy, put a little crystal on her head. I'm like, sleep work that way.
Brandon listening is being like, oh my God, this is literally what I'm in store for. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm still in the stage of tuning into, my own inner voice because I feel like it's very easy as like a conscious business owner, at least for me, to like stay in my masculine energy. And I feel like this is really like a divine feminine energy. It's really an like a combination and an intermingling of both energies, but it's definitely more feminine. But I'm curious, and there's no pressure here, but would you
Yeah.
want to open up and share any like light language that comes through in this
Yeah.
moment so people understand like what it feels like? Because when I listened to it, I got just goosebumps and was like, had like a little bit of shivers up my spine when I was listening
Yeah.
to it.
It feels very high frequency. I could definitely do it because I feel like within our conversation, like I'm very lit up right now. Like I have chills. So, okay. You just need like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling us that we need to let go to trying to figure out how to do everything. We need to just be and let them figure out how. Just relax. Find what makes us happy. That's what it's about. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you. That was like that
Wow.
was like Palladian. Palladian's very high pitched. And so when I speak Palladian, I have that like crazy voice, like where it's like, and it's like that's like the Palladian. They're very like squeaky, kind of like dolphin, that, and like also like blue avian, which is like a bird starseed. They're also become like very like chirp like. And then there's some that are like very sexy and like Octurian,
Wow.
deep and sexy. And that's how I can kind of like see the difference.
Wow. And do you remember like what you just told us? What you just shared?
I do, like, I'm kind of, like, present, but, like, not, like, I kind of sometimes I have to record myself, like, when I'm doing it, like, really deep. I tend to translate, like, so if I was doing, like, let's say, like, we did a reading, like, where I did your Akashic records or something, like, I would be, like, half speaking English, half speaking, and it's just because that's how I bring it forth, like where I kind of like am translating and like I kind of just understand what it is. So for something short like that, I will remember. But like if I go into a long reading, I remember pieces of things, or I remember feelings, or I remember things I saw from understanding, but I don't always remember like I could never repeat that. I have no idea like what I said. I have no idea like what came
Right. I mean, it's like disassociation to a certain degree, but like it's like embodied channeling.
Yeah, I have to
It,
give over to them. Like they have to come
right.
through. Yeah.
And that's again just like embodying the lesson of like we are here to like learn and like discover the gift within us and like have that like gift be at the forefront of our lives. Like we sit, I'm like, actually feel like a shaman speaking through me right now. Cause I feel like in an ayahuasca ceremony, it's like you sit behind the medicine, like you give over, you surrender to the medicine. And I think that's like really with any modality, it's like surrendering, not from a state of bypassing, not that they're that tool, that healer, that modality is going to do the work for you, but it's really like being open to what comes forth and then like taking that, integrating that, embodying that with your own, again, like synthesizing that with your own life and then shining that gift back out into the world. So
Yeah.
it's really beautiful how it's like, again, that's what channeling is. You are a vessel for a higher power. And like, what a beautiful, beautiful lesson to just like, you know, find joy. We forget about this in this like capitalistic hustle, even with healing day and age, you know,
Yeah.
we like typically transpose our hustle mentality onto healing. And it's just like when you tap into the play and the joy and that bliss, like that is actually where the magic happens. Like that's when you get the downloads. Like that's when, just like you said, when you just like surrendered, gave yourself a little bit more space, that's when the light transmission dropped in.